Summer camp is one of the most exciting parts of scouting. For many scouts, it's the highlight of the entire year. A week away from home, sleeping in tents, cooking outdoors, swimming in the lake, learning new skills, spending time with friends around the campfire. It's a week that many scouts remember for the rest of their lives. But here's something I've been thinking about recently. Summer camp was never meant to be the goal of scouting. Camp is something else. Camp is part of something bigger. And when you begin to look at it that way, you start to see summer camp differently. It's not just a fun week in the woods. It's part of a much larger idea. An idea that goes all the way back to the beginnings of scouting and the vision that Robert Baden-Powell had when he created this movement more than a century ago. Welcome to Meet Me at the Grizz. I'm Clough, scouter, camp volunteer, and storyteller. And this podcast is about the people, places, traditions, and the experiences that make scout camp such an important part of the scouting journey. Today, I want to talk about something a little deeper than merit badges, waterfront activities, or campfires. I want to talk about the bigger idea behind camp. Because summer camp isn't just a program. It's part of something much bigger. And to understand the bigger picture, we have to go back to the beginning, back to the vision of Baden-Powell. A conversation at a troop meeting. Recently, I stopped by a troop meeting to talk about summer camp. It's that time of year when troops begin planning for camp, talking about schedules, getting scouts excited, answering questions, and helping families understand what the experience will be like. And as we were talking about camp, the activities, the merit badges, the hikes, and the campfires, something struck me. We often talk about summer camp as if it's the destination, but it really isn't. Summer camp is an experience that supports something much larger. And the more you think about it, the more you realize that camp is actually one of the clearest expressions of what scouting was originally meant to be. Because when Baden-Powell created scouting, he wasn't trying to build a summer camp program. He was trying to create something else entirely. Something that today we might describe as an outdoor classroom. The genius of the outdoor classroom. One of the most interesting things about Baden-Powell's vision for scouting is how simple it was. He believed that young people learn best through experience, not through lectures, not through sitting in a classroom, but through doing. He believed that when young people were given the opportunity to try things, to solve problems, to work together, and to face challenges in the outdoors, something remarkable happened. They grew. They became more capable, more confident, and more independent. And so, instead of designing a program built around instruction, Baden-Powell designed something built around experience. Camping, hiking, cooking, navigation, outdoor exploration, working together in small groups. These activities weren't just recreational, they were educational. They formed what Baden-Powell often referred to as the school of the outdoors. In many ways, scouting was designed as an alternative classroom, a place where learning happened naturally through activity and experience. The outdoors became the setting where young people could learn skills, develop confidence, and discover their own abilities. And that idea, the idea of the outdoor classroom, is still at the heart of scouting today. Learning by doing. One of the phrases that is often used in scouting is learning by doing. And if you think about it, that idea really defines the entire program. In scouting, you don't learn leadership by reading a chapter about leadership. You learn leadership when your patrol is depending on you. You learn it when you have to organize a meal, or plan a hike, or help younger scouts figure something out. You don't learn problem solving by listening to a lecture. You learn it when the fire won't start, or the rain begins falling just as you're trying to set up camp, or when the map doesn't quite match the trail you're on. These moments, the unexpected ones, are often where the real learning happens. The outdoors has a way of presenting challenges that require creativity, teamwork, and patience. And when young people work through these challenges together, they develop skills that stay with them long after the campout or the hike is over. This is the genius of the outdoor classroom. Learning happens naturally. It happens through experience, and it happens in ways that feel real and meaningful. Skills for life. When people think about scouting, they often focus on the visible parts of the program: camping, merit badges, uniforms, campfires. But beneath all of these things, something deeper is happening. Scouting is helping young people develop skills that last a lifetime. And many of these skills are developed through the experiences that take place outdoors. Let's talk about a few of them. Leadership. One of the most important things scouting develops is leadership. But in scouting, leadership isn't theoretical, it's practical. Scouts learn leadership by leading. They organize activities. They help guide their patrol. They make decisions. They take responsibility for the success of the group. Sometimes that leadership is formal, like a patrol leader organizing a hike, or a senior patrol leader helping coordinate a meeting. But often, leadership in scouting is informal. A scout helping another scout figure something out. A more experienced camper helping a younger scout learn how to cook over a camp stove. These moments of leadership happen constantly in scouting, and over time, they help young people develop confidence in their ability to guide and support others. Confidence and independence. Another important skill developed through the outdoor classroom is confidence. Many young people today have limited opportunities to do things independently. Their schedules are structured. Their activities are supervised. Their challenges are carefully managed. But the outdoors introduces something different. It introduces real responsibility. A scout learns that they can cook a meal. They can navigate a trail. They can build a fire. They can carry their gear for miles. They can solve problems. And each time they succeed at something that once seemed difficult, their confidence grows. That confidence doesn't stay in the woods. It follows them into school, into friendships, into their future careers. The outdoor classroom teaches young people that they are capable of more than they might have believed. A love of the outdoors. One of the quieter but more powerful outcomes of scouting is the connection young people develop with nature. Through hiking, paddling, camping, and exploring, scouts begin to develop a relationship with the outdoors. They experience sunrise over a lake, the quiet of a forest trail, the glow of a campfire at night, the sound of the wind in the trees. These experiences create memories, and over time those memories often grow into something deeper, a lasting appreciation for the natural world. Many adults who spent time in scouting find that the outdoors remains an important part of their lives. They continue to hike, camp, paddle, explore, and they often pass that love of the outdoors on to the next generation. Community. Another powerful aspect of the scouting experience is the sense of community it creates. In scouting, young people work together in small groups called patrols. These patrols become teams. They cook together, camp together, solve problems together, and over time they form strong bonds. The patrol method, one of the core ideas of scouting, creates a small community where cooperation and shared responsibility are essential. Summer camp strengthens that sense of community even further. For a week, scouts live together. They support each other, encourage each other, and share experiences that become stories they remember for years. The friendships formed at summer camp can be remarkably strong, and those friendships are built on shared experiences, hiking a difficult trail, paddling across the lake, or sitting together around a campfire at the end of the day. Citizenship. Another important outcome of the scouting experience is a sense of responsibility towards others. Scouting encourages young people to contribute to their communities through service projects, through leadership roles, through helping others. These experiences help young people understand that they are part of something larger than themselves. Citizenship in scouting isn't just something discussed in a meeting. It's something practiced through teamwork, through service, and through taking responsibility for the well-being of the group. Why summer camp matters. This brings us back to summer camp. Summer camp is powerful because it brings all of these elements together in one place. For a week, scouts live fully in the outdoor classroom. They wake up in the outdoors. They learn new skills. They work together with their patrol. They try activities they never may have attempted before. They build friendships. They gain independence. And perhaps most importantly, they discover things about themselves. Camp is immersive. It compresses months of scouting experiences into a single week. And because of that, growth often happens quickly. A scout who arrives at camp unsure of themselves may leave with new confidence. A scout who has never tried a new activity may discover a talent or interest they didn't know they had. A patrol that begins the week as a group of individuals may end the week as a close-knit team. Summer camp creates an environment where the outdoor classroom comes fully to life. Why the vision still matters. More than a century has passed since Baden-Powell first imagined scouting. The world has changed dramatically. Technology has transformed how young people spend their time. Schedules are busier. Opportunities for outdoor exploration are often more limited, and yet the need for the kind of experiences scouting provides may be greater than ever. Young people still need opportunities to challenge themselves, to develop independence, to learn leadership, to experience nature, and to belong to a community. The outdoor classroom continues to provide these opportunities, and camps like Rotary Scout reservations continue to bring that vision to life. Every summer, thousands of scouts around the country experience the same kind of adventures that have shaped generations before them. Hiking trails, learning skills, solving problems, laughing with friends, and growing in ways they may not even recognize in the moment. As I left that troop meeting the other night, after talking about summer camp with the scouts and leaders, I found myself reflecting on how powerful this experience really is. Camp is exciting, it's fun, and it's memorable, but it's also something more. Summer camp is part of something bigger. It's part of a vision that began more than 100 years ago, a vision that believed young people could grow into capable, confident, and responsible adults through experiences in the outdoors. And every summer, in camps across the country, including places like Rotary Scout Reservation, that vision continues. One hike at a time, one campfire at a time, 1 week at summer camp at a time. Thanks for joining me for this episode of Meet Me at the Grizz. I'm Ken Clough, scouter, camp volunteer, and storyteller. And until next time, I'll meet you at the Grizz.